I'm very excited to be part of this collaboration hosted by Crafty Michelle. All the links to the people taking part will be in the description box below, so please remember to hop over to their channels and take a look. I have never done any jelly plate printing. I bought this it's probably about a year ago now because I really wanted to have a go at it, but then I got a bit scared that I was somehow going to mess it up, and I just put it away, and yeah, it's just sat on the shelf collecting dust. So it's a brand new jelly plate, and it is also a brand new brayer. So yeah, I think I've actually got another one of these which I have used, but this one is new. And now I'm going to set myself up and get started. One other thing I want to mention is because I've never used it before, I decided to download the Jelly Plate printing book onto my Kindle. So I just hired this from the library, just the digital version obviously. It's the Jelly Plate Printing Mixed Media Mono Printing Without a Press by Joan Bess. I've set my workspace up just really the same as is on in the book. I've got my brayer, some dry kitchen towel, and in here is a saturated piece of kitchen towel. I've got my like sketchbook or journal so I can rub my brayer off in there. Obviously got my jelly plate set up. I've got some just water in a spray bottle and some hand sanitizer. Apparently it's really good at cleaning your gel plate, and just a big roll of kitchen towel. And I think by that I am ready to go. A couple more things I want to mention before I actually get started, and that's the paints that I'm going to use. I've only got 3 types of acrylic paints. I've basically got a few in each range. So I have these tubes of Pebeo high viscosity studio acrylics, the Dilutions, so these are blendable acrylic paint, and then I have Paper Artsy, and these are the fresco finish chalk acrylics. Obviously I have no idea how any of these are going to turn out on this, so this is going to be a surprise for me and you all at the same time. And also I've also learnt to never put my brayer down like that. Apparently it's always supposed to sit like that. I've just learnt that from the book. I think that's it. Any minute now we will go. I have some tools out so I can make some marks as well. So this I actually picked up, it was in a kids painting set. It's just foam though, so you could in fact cut your own. But yeah, I picked it up from Wilkinson's. It's really cheap in a set of different things. This is the inside of a sellotape roll, and I also picked these up from Wilkins as well, which are detailers for painting, but I thought they'd probably work quite well on this because they're soft. I'm going to use the violet, it's Oriental Violet in the Pebeo. Now I've got no idea how much I should put down, and the book says you'll get used to it as you go along, so this could be fun. I'm just going to use the one colour for now and just do a really simple print because obviously, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to wipe around the lid as well because I don't want any of that like crusty paint coming off from my gel plate, so that is better. And there's a hair, what a surprise. That'll be a dog hair. So I've no idea if that's enough, but that's what I'm going with to start with. And okay, so that's even not enough, or it's because the plate maybe needs conditioning. I don't know. Like I say, I'm going to be learning all the time, and apparently you don't need to sprayer or I press too hard, which will be a problem for me because I tend to press hard when I do anything. That's why I can't sketch, because I just press too hard. I'm going to go with that, I think, for now. So that works quite well, and I'm going to use this. Now I've got a feeling that's not going to be enough paint, but we shall see if that was dried too quickly. So today's video is literally just about me playing, because like I said, I've not used it before. So I'm just having fun. I'm not expecting any marvellous results. And yeah, you can see how I get on. And then you can leave loads of tips in the comments for me, which would be cool. Okay, first print. That's not too bad. Now I am guessing the speckling is because the plate isn't conditioned, maybe. I don't know, I guess I'll just know that as we go along, but it hasn't taken, you can see the lines, but it hasn't taken too much paint off. And I think I will go in with a tiny bit more this time. And whoops, just going to use the same colour just because I'm trying to get used to how much paint I need to use and how to brayer it, really, because it does seem to be missing spots, and I know people will be shouting at the screen now going, no, you need to do this. And I really wish I could hear you, because I would love to know what I need to do. I think I'm pushing too hard for a start, and that's why I'm getting the lines. That'll do. There's a hair up there that I can see already, but never mind. Maybe I should go for the print as well before I start cleaning stuff up. I don't know. Oh, let's just make some marks. Just see how we get on with that. This video also won't be too long because I want to have a good play without having to worry about speaking. I tend to get stuck in and then I stop speaking. That might be a little bit boring for you, or maybe you'd prefer that. But yeah, the plan would be to do lots of these just to some music over the top, just fast forward them. So again, it's much more paint on that, and we haven't got that stipply effect so much. So I'm guessing that the paint is conditioning the plate just as you would with a stamp. The more you ink it up, a polymer stamp. We can see our patterns in there. Again, it hasn't taken the paint off though, so I'm guessing I could probably use a bit more paint. But it might just be that this is a bit too soft. So I'm going to go in with some other bits and pieces. I'm just using photocopier paper at the moment, which is what we use in our printer, except it is actually quite thick. It's not as thin as the normal stuff. It just prints much nicer. Okay, so again I'm going to go with that same colour, and probably don't need to worry about washing my brayer either because I'm using the same colour. Now that may be why, because it's, oh, I don't know, it's fairly dry. still wondering if I don't have enough paint on here. I'm going to be really interested to read the comments after this of anybody that's done it and knows what they're doing. And you can pass on the tips to me. I was chuffed though when Crafty Michelle posted the video for people to sign up, because I thought this would be exactly the excuse I need to use my Gelli crate. Because as I said, it was brand new, I've had it for at least a year and have not used it. I'm going to take these out. I probably should take these out before because they'll probably be drying now. But let's just go. Trying to be random as well, which I actually find quite difficult. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to use this one here to just do some really thin. Oh, I say really thin. Okay, wipe that off, and another print. Yeah, so all I've done is watched a few videos and, like I said, downloaded the free book. Download the book free, I should say, from the library, and yeah, so all of this is completely new and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm thinking that this one would have looked better probably without the squirrely lines going through it, but like I say, it's just complete playtime to me because I've never used it, as I've said, so. And I've made the mistake of putting my roller down that way, so you're probably all shouting at the screen, turn your prayer over! Right, so now I'm going to clean it. I'm going to use one of the other paints. So I just took a break to get a cup of tea. And I've chosen the Dilutions paints next. Now, because obviously they're not in a squeezy tub, which doesn't make them very easy to get out, I am going to use this tiny little spoon, and hopefully I put enough on. That might actually be a bit too much of that one, but there we go. I'll just take some of that back. And a piece of tissue, because I've got to use the same spoon and I don't obviously want to contaminate my paint. So let's go in with this lemon. So this is lemon zest. Like I say, no idea, that looks way too much to me, but we'll find out. Oh dear. Isn't it stupid though to be so sort of worried about these things, because it's just meant to be fun, it doesn't really matter, but that's why I haven't used it yet, because I was worried about you know, just doing it. I think I'm pressing too hard, which is why I'm getting all those like little bumpy lumpy bits. Whoops. Now I probably should have cleaned my brayer in between that bit there, but I'm not going to stress over it because it's just a bit of paper. So I want to know if anyone else is been like me and a bit afraid to use like to use something, it might not be your brayer necessarily, but or your jelly plate, but just, yeah. Have you been like, I can't use that in case I damage it. I think that's what I was thinking. I might damage the plate. And you know what? I am going to go like that and just see what happens. There we go. Yeah, so that's why I haven't used it, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But obviously the brayer is not cheap, and the jelly plate's not cheap rather, so I didn't want to damage it somehow. But you can, I understand, use most paints on it, if not all. So that's the start. I think it was, I was concerned about cleaning it more than anything. And although I'm quite happy to get my stamps and things inky, there is something about keeping them nice and pristine, and so I think it was the same with this really. Now I've got a funny feeling this is possibly drying a bit too quick. Anywho, piece of paper. Let's see what happens with this one. I've also got some cardstock here, and also some like text paper, so paper out of a book basically was what I mean. I might have a little go at that in a minute, but as I said, I don't want to make the video too long, and then I can come back next week and maybe be a bit more decided on exactly what I want to do. Yeah, so that has not come out particularly great. Too much paint, not enough paint, I have no idea. Like I said, I am really looking forward to reading the comments, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So if somebody can go, oh, the one with the orange and the yellow, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, or if you had done this, it might have helped. Just thought I'd print that off in there. May as well not waste any paint. Yeah, obviously I will be reading further into the book while I am in between videos, because there's 2 more videos to go, and as I mentioned, the people that are all taking part are linked down below, and please do go and watch them, because that's the other thing that I think is going to help me, because there's going to be people at different levels. So there'll be people on there who know what they're doing and may have been doing it for ages, and I'm looking forward to picking up all those tips and techniques and seeing where I can maybe improve. Okay, so this is going to be my final type of paints that I'm going to use, and it's the Fresco Finish Chalk Acrylics by Paper Artsy. I'm going to use Jade, Cheesecake and Sugar Plum, and they are all opaque, which means obviously that you can't see through them. I'm thinking that's the only issue I might have, is using translucent ones might not work. I don't know, I just need to experiment, but I've just gone for opaque ones this time round. And the other thing is that you must shake them, so I've given them all a good shake, and as always we've got the little bit around the top, so just take that off. Okie dokie. I'm quite excited to see what this turns out like, because these are my favourite paints and I'm a little bit precious over them. So, okay. other thing about the acrylic, the paper artsy ones, is they can dry quite quickly. So sorry, I've gone really quiet because I'm concentrating. So, a short story about the shirt that I'm wearing. It's actually my husband's shirt, and it's the shirt that I met him in. So he was wearing this when I met him, and it doesn't, well, it's not that it doesn't fit, it's more to the point that it's not really it's not really fashionable anymore. So yeah, it's gosh, I'm trying to think. So it's 25 years old, this shirt at least. So yeah, and I didn't want to throw it away because it was the shirt that I met him in, so I've kept it as my smock. Oh, I think I've made a bit of a boo-boo there, but not to worry. I don't know. Just playing. Whoops. Okay, dokie, let's go. So I've got some other different mark makers here. So this is just an old fork out of like a pre-packed salad that you would get. Oops. Okay, that'll do with that. Then I've got this cap of a bottle or some sort of tub. That's not working too well. I think it might be because it's sort of sucking the jelly plate up. But we shall see what we get. And then I've got a bigger one here, which is off a sellotape roll. Now the only trouble I've got is picking that one up properly. Oops, plopped my finger in it. Now I'm going for a print because that's clearly drying. Yep, I think I let those dry a little bit too much, but in fairness, come here. I'm actually quite pleased with that. I know they've not blended and everything, they're just stripes, but I'm actually really pleased with those colours together. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to have a bit more of a play around, but I will stop the video now. Just to mention again, the collab is being hosted by Crafty Michelle, and all the people taking part are listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I haven't bored you too much, and please do leave me comments, especially if you've been doing this a while and you know what you're doing, because I'd love to hear from you and pick up some tips and techniques. That's it for now, so until next time, cheerio.